Yes indeed, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Toilet Gaming. And today I bring you Ascension, Chronicle of the Godslayer. Now you may have heard of this, you may not have. It's not up everyone's street, but this game has received quite a lot of awards, and rightly so in my opinion. 2011 Gold Geek Award winner, the Pocket Gamer Award 2011, iOS Board Games blog, iOS Board Game of the Year 2011, iPad Board Game of the Year, Best Interface and Graphic Design, and Best Online Multiplayer. It's pretty impressive. So, what is this game all about? It's a deck building card game. They have an in-app store. There are expansions for this. This isn't going to load because it's a phone again. It isn't on the internet. Oh, it is. Going to show, but I can't buy anything. Yeah, there are many. There's 3 or 4 expansion packs for this. Oh dear, come on, charge your phone before you make a show, honestly. Prior preparation and all that, disgusting. Rulebook, if you so desire to look through the rules and be a geek, there is no need because there is actually quite a good tutorial which I'm not going to show you because the moment that I press it, I can't exit it and I have to go through the whole thing. Hence why this is take 2 of this video. Yes. Right, play offline. Now create a new game. And you can have up to 4 if you want. I'm only play against 2. Sorry, just 1, sorry. You go away. Here you can add honour if you want, or take it away. I'll explain honour in a minute, but basically what honour is it will extend the length of the game if you add more of it. If you have the other expansions, you can choose whether to include them or not. I have the original one, which is Chronicle of the Godslayer, and also Revenge of the Fallen, which adds extra cards and extra abilities. And all that good stuff. There's currently only 2 difficulty settings at the moment, as you can tell. There's easy and then there's medium. There is no hard. It's been promised that it will arrive at some point, but as far as I'm aware it hasn't. One of the main problems with the game is that once you get used to it and you start figuring out different strategies and you can counter your opponent and you start figuring out what the game's all about, you can quite comfortably beat it on medium, saying consistently. Obviously it's a card game, so there is luck involved in it, but there is also quite a bit of skill, and if you know what you're doing you can comfortably beat the AI. I say this now, watch me get horribly beaten. Right, so this is the main UI should I say, and down below you have your cards. Can I pick a card up? I'll show you. Down here is your card. This is your deck of what you have coming. This is the discard pile at the end. If you were playing this in real life, you'd be shuffling cards, but because it's electronic, you do not have to do such silly things. And right, these are the center cards. These are the cards you can buy or defeat depending on what types of cards they are. So first of all, I'll just play my turn, and if you double tap any card, it will show you. At the moment, I'll show you what they are. At the moment, obviously, all I have is Apprentices and Militia. So you just press the play all button. So now I have Apprentices give you power, which is money, and Militia give you combat. So you can see now at the top, around this area here, I have 4 power and 1 combat point. 1 combat point is completely useless. It doesn't give you anything. The smallest amount of numbers you have a combat point is 2 for a cultist, and we'll be destroying one of them very shortly so we can hear them scream. But for the moment, what shall I get? I shall get the Yggdrasil Staff. Now this is quite good. This is a construct. Now these will go down here, and you can have up to 4 of these, I believe, and they stay in your hand, and every hand they give you a certain bonus. So this one, every turn it will give me an extra combat point, and if I want to, I can spend 4 power points to get honor. Now this leads me on to honor. If you look just there, the little star, the game is about collecting honor. You play all your cards and you keep collecting honor by doing certain things. Destroying this guy would give you honor from the honor pool, and once this honor pool goes down to 0, that is the end of the game. And also the cards you own, as you can see on the bottom left corner of the card, each card has a honor value associated to it. So at the end of the game you count up how much honor you take from the board, how much your card's worth, and you see who's won. which leads to two different strategic styles of play. So you can play from a more economical style, so you can get cards that are worth a lot of honour, or you can play heavy combat and you can try and drain the honour pool as fast as possible. These are the things you'll learn when you start playing it. For the moment, I'm going to grab myself a staff. There we go. I'm going to grab that. That goes in my discard pile, and then later on I can use it and I can put it down here. And the end turn button has turned green, therefore I can't do anything else, and it is his turn. Now, the one downside to this game, if I was going to give it a downside, is sometimes you can quite easily miss what your opponent's doing. Once you get into the game and all the cards are flying around everywhere and you can do lots of different actions per turn, it can be quite difficult to keep up with what your opponent has done. There are quite small buttons here, and why can't I get rid of this? It doesn't seem to want to slide back up. And through the magic of editing, there it is. Apparently you just tap it and then tap it again at the bottom and it goes up. I was trying to slide it, silly me. Right, now I have exactly the same composition of cards I had before, so it looks like I'm probably going to go for a economic style. So draw a card, it's always a half decent one to get, and the Wolf Shaman. Yes. Now if you follow the log, you can go through rounds and you can see what cards your opponent has played and the ones that they've... See, he's got more of a combat card there, you see. So I'm going combat, he's going more economical, and you'll see how that plays out later on in the game. So you can go through what cards they played and what cards they've gained. If you do play the actual card game, you'll know that it is quite important to remember what your opponents, your cards have got. But if you do play the card game, don't play the electronic version too much, because the computer does all the maths for you, reminds you to use all your buffs and everything, and once you go back to playing the card game, it's like, I've forgotten how to do everything, because the computer does it for me. But anyway, moving on, it is my turn, and so I get an extra PowerPoint, and I get to draw an extra card, and this extra card is Apprentice, so I have, that's a lot for I have 6. That's a lot for early on in the game. There we go. So yeah, the economical style is economy style is just kind of happening for me. You don't really want to go into the game with preconception of what strategy you want to use. You want to see what cards are available for you and then build your strategy upon that. And I'm going to buy myself a nice Yggdrasil staff. That now goes down the bottom, and every turn will give me... Oh my god, my battery's going to die. It's going to give me points and things. Militia allows me to draw another card. Militia, useless. And then we get the Yellow Cultist. And I have 3 power. What does this do? Gain that. I got a Mystic. In turn. So yeah, he's going heavy combat now. If 2 people go heavy combat, you get a very, very short game. Play. Oh, hopefully this has made sense to you. It made sense to me because I know this game. But if you don't know this game, it can get quite complicated at first. But it's not that bad. At the very top, you have 3 cards you can do multiple, infinite amounts of. So you can buy Mystics, which are basically upgrading your thingamabobbers, apprentices, there we go, terminology, learn it. And same with heavy infantry, upgrading your militia and cultists. So if you have extra combat power at the end of a turn, you can always use it. So from my buff and from having a militia, I can just use that and grab it on a point. And I have 5 power. What does a Snapdragon do? It's another Lifebound construct. First thing you play Lifebound hero. Ooh, it's nice. What's this one? Draw 2 cards. Oh, these are nice. I want them both. I'm going to go for this one. Extra cards in your hand is always good. Is it my turn? No, yes it is. Draw an extra card. Apprentices, Wolf Shaman. What's it? Gain 3, look at that. Wolf Shaman, gain another one, draw another card, look at that. Bang. I have 8. So I'm playing a lot. This doesn't happen earlier in the game. I'm getting quite a lot of power. Acquire a hero without paying its cost. Place it on your top deck. Boom. And it's worth 4 points. And the computer's going to get murdered. I shall skip forward now and we'll see what happens. And ta-da, I am back. And we are now at the end of the game, near enough. As you can see, there are 0 points in the honour pool, and he's at 51 and I'm at 11. Yeah, so this is the last turn of the game. I would like to say that my cards I'm going to say that my cards are more valuable than his, but are they 40 points more valuable than his? Probably not. I think I've been horribly murdered in this game. But let us see. Let's play this is one of my contracts that I have, and it gives me extra card per turn, so I shall use him. And what have I got to play with? Actually, not that much. Oh dear. And this is a combat card, but I gained this because there was nothing else that I could buy at the time. I don't want to banish anything. 4 honour points. There's no point making a destroy a contract because it's the last game. I shall defeat that. No, I don't want to banish anything. It doesn't help me at all because it's the last turn. And oh no, I can acquire 2 heavy inventory. Right then, let us see who's won. Oh, I think I've been horribly murdered. Yes, I have. Look at that. I mean, he had more. Wow, maybe that's the worst game I think I've ever played in my entire life. So much for constantly beating the computer all the time because it's too easy. No, maybe I'm a little bit out of practice. Well, that's my excuse anyway. So, yeah, that's Ascension. As you can see, the graphics there, the UI is very slick and responsive, and it works very nicely. All the cards are faithfully reproduced, and card art is nice HD and looks really good. It looks a lot better on the iPad as well. It looks really, really nice on that. If we go back out of here, I can talk about online multiplayer. I can't actually show you it because I can't record and be online at the same time. So online multiplayer allows you to search for games. You can host your own game if you want, or you can join another game that somebody else is hosting. It's all kind of very much play by email, and you can set up. You can try and have a live game. It doesn't always work. What normally is someone will host a game, and then you'll get maybe like a 24-hour limit. So when it's your turn, you'll get a notification on your phone, and then as long as if you don't take your turn, your counter will slowly count down, and if you run out of time, then your game is ended, and all your cards get put back in the pile, and all your honour gets put back in the pile, and it's like you were never there. So it works nicely if you can have a group of 4 people, and if you're all playing, it works. If one of you drops out or can't play for whatever reason, the rest of the game will carry on. So multiplayer is implemented really, really well. This game clocks in at 54 megabytes and costs $4.99, should I say, and £2.99 depending on where you are. The expansion packs, I believe one is $1.99, one is $2.99. If you're into this game, then maybe they're worth picking up. But I'd pick up the original and see if you like it, and then decide yourself whether it's worth buying the expansions. But if you want online play, you're probably going to have to get all the expansions, because everybody else online is going to be using those expansions as well, and if you don't have the expansions, then it will not allow you to play. So that's just something to bear in mind. And there we are, a quick look at Ascension, Chronicle of the Godslayer. Have fun.